Hello. Oh, I forgot to put myself where I'm supposed to be. Hang on. There we go. Hi, guys. Am I muted? I shouldn't be. Hi. Okay. Okay. I think it's just like four of us here. So we have all the best people. Hi, Darkly Lit. Hi, Addie's me. Hi, Margarita. Detective. This is forever. I like Mitch. That's is something I'm not getting this Berg thing. And hi. I mean, I know you. I just don't know why you like Mitch Berg so much, or Hedberg, or I don't know. So I don't know. I was just like, "Hey, Polly." I was just kind of like, I was in the zone, and usually Diane Downs is so much longer winded, and I was like, "Let's just keep this going." Also, I had made that um, thumbnail of Sarah Boone as Scarface, so if not now, when? Oh, good, Disney. Everyone get your medical snacks. It's late on a Sunday night, or maybe not so late for some of you, but I'm hoping that no one has school or work all week this week. Although some of you might. Mitch was a comedian. People either, okay, I didn't know him, so I know he must have been. I saw someone making a reference to it, and I was like, oh, that's a thing that I just don't know, I guess. Or if I know, I don't know it. But okay. Thank you. Hi, Cracked. I'm gonna have to look into him. Speaking of, yeah, grease fire face, scar face, grease fi- scar, grease fire face. Um, this. Oh, Cracked. That's no fun. 6 days. Oh, right, because you're at Amazon. Oh, yeah. Hey, skeptic. I want medical cheesecake too, Fletcher. Now that you say it. Yes, Addie. Did you enjoy the snow today, Addie? I liked it from up inside. It's very pretty. I wish there was more, actually. Hey, Kim Stoll. Oh, good choice. Medical soft pretzel. I have that Kayla Murray song in my mind now. Every time. Hey, Candace. Every time we hear it, it's like all night. And it's very catchy. Yeah. So this Rob Reiner thing is very sad. I just want to have a moment for that. And it's crazy. Like, let this be a warning for my parents. Do they have Toblerone there, don't they, Detective? In Down Under? Hi, Kim Calta. Wait a minute. You were getting ready for work, but now you're getting in bed? Trying to make understand that. But good. Yeah, when I get into bed, I fall asleep like 4 hours later if I'm lucky. Hmm. Good choice, correct. Hey, Joette. Hi, seriously. Medicinal tequila gimlets. Yes, I have some medicinal diet Mountain Dew and tequila. Speaking of, if Gaming Butter sees this with your work buddies, I know I'm cheating on um, Dr. Pepper with Mountain Dew, but we're not married. Hey, Route Irish, how you doing? Yeah, Rob Reiner, God. I don't know why. I mean, of course I'm shocked. It's crazy. Hey, interior painter staff. Great to see you too. Now I'm seeing if okay, the snow is wonderful. I went running in Central Park. Yeah, it is beautiful. Good for you. I took some pictures out my window. I didn't leave my apartment though because, you know, not I'm not evil Knievel. Yeah. Yeah, so Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead in their home tonight. And apparently, according to my friend Nicole, who is my source because she likes the news, uh, they were stabbed by their son. Day before Hanukkah. Oh, you just took your sleeping pill. Well, Kim Stoll, if it works anything like mine, you'll be up for the whole thing. But I hope not. Detective Wabuff, they have Toblerone there, but only the medical Toblerone. Well, you know, that's good. Right, exactly, Route Irish. That's, ugh. Hi, Dorgan. Yeah, very sad. God. Of course you couldn't flirt with you. I mean, where do we start with the Eli and Kim thing? It's just, Kim was not a nice person, so the end. Let's watch a little bit of this. Let's hear. I'm going to skip around a little bit because we want to hear Sarah talk about her medical snacks. This gets more and more ridiculous just the more I think about it, and especially with what's going on now. I saw you before I turned the chat on. I saw you guys chatting about the bed and the mat and how they stole her. She's like, they stole my mat and my pillow. I mean, I still have them, but they're not comfortable. So let me get this straight. You had a comfortable mat and pillow before? Or none of this is true? Hi, Buzz Boomer. So ridiculous. Yeah, Kim Stoll. I also try to avoid all news actually, but sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to I mean this is different, but hey Luminessa, it's good to see you. Yeah. Welcome back. I hope you're feeling good. Um oh and also Margie is home from the hospital. I don't know if those of you who saw it may have seen during the Diane Downs live. And she's feeling good, so that's good. Um, yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about now. Hey, Tanika. Oh, it's good to see you. We were just talking, Tanika. I don't know if you heard about. I mean, oh, that's what I was saying. Is I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, so I generally don't text my friends when somebody dies because I'm like, well, they'll find out. I don't need to like ruin their day. Um, but since we kind of were together when we heard about Rob Reiner, but now if Tanika doesn't know, we're about to tell her. Rob Reiner of All in the Family and many other things, fame, was found dead in his home with his wife tonight. And apparently his son stabbed them to death. So Disney mom, they didn't stole her. That's the thing. But she didn't say they stole her mat and pillow and replaced it with bad ones. Who knows what happened there? They probably had it. It was probably stuffed with cheese. Hi, Maritza. Exactly. She's going to need insulin instead of medical snacks soon. The medical snacks are going to make her need medicine. No, and there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah. This is great. Yeah. Also, anyone who may have forgotten, put all messages instead of top chat or whatever it is on the thing. Right. No, there's nothing wrong with you. There are not that many. Here's how I think about it. There are people who aren't obsessed with Sarah Boone, and then there are the smart people, the geniuses like us. I don't know what happened. Apparently, they were killed by their son in their home. That's the last I heard. These things can change, but we heard about someone mentioned it during the Diane Downs live, and terrible. How's Sugar Bear and Sweet Pea and you? Did you enjoy the snow? Hey, Paul. Like croquette, yeah, like cheese pillows. They're like, well, they're disgusting, actually, but they sound okay. Hey, Dorgan. Yeah. My God. Oh, also shot. Wow. Jesus. Hey, Jen. Yeah, terrible. So, ugh, God. Is that chat setting a new YouTube default? Oh, it keeps going back? Well, you have to change it every single time. And when I set up my lives, I set it up to do newest, but it still doesn't do it. It still does top, which I don't understand. Does anyone want that? I don't understand it. They'll change it eventually. Hey, Ace. Right, of course. No, first of all, Ace, nothing you have is like anything Sarah has. That's a given. Don't ever even think about it. But also, Sarah thinks that she can make shit up and just say it out loud and no one's going to question it. It's not even addressed because it's so ridiculous. Everyone in that courtroom knows how stupid it is. Yeah. Word, crack pepper. If you have children who can hold a knife, lock your door. It's not funny. I mean, obviously, it's terrible. Nobody wants top. Why are they doing this? Hey, Kevin Brady. Now it says there was an elderly man and woman that were killed and their son, and it was the same age as Rob Reiner, and it got all mixed up, and it wasn't Rob Reiner and his wife? Was it Rob Reiner's house? What the hell is going on here? I don't know, Mallory. Hi. Hey, seriously, I don't know if I said hi to you yet. 12 and almost 20, you keep an eye on them, correct? She's ridiculous. She has no shame. Sarah Boone, that is, of course. No, again, she gets her. This is the thing, and Tanika nailed it. This is the thing: is that we never feel like we have justice or satisfaction because there is no satisfaction. Hey, Dandy, with Rob Reiner news got me on the way to work. Is it just coincidence? 70 year old? I don't know. same neighborhood. I mean, where do they live? In New York City? Maybe. For some reason, I'm picturing a house in LA, but I do too. I hope it was a false alarm. Um, that's what Google told Joette. So, you really can't get much more karma, consequence of your actions than Sarah Boone has. Yet here we are still trying to scratch that itch because she doesn't understand anything. And there's never any, and I mean, at this point, I gotta be honest, if she came around and started admitting and started acting like a human being, I would feel sick about it. Like at this point, I don't want it. At Brentwood, okay, that's kind of what I thought. Thanks, Anne. Craig Pepper asked, what do you think Sarah put on her Christmas list to Brian this year? Oh, that's a good question to pose to everyone. Maybe I'll do a post about that. I don't know. Just money, 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 right? They're in LA. That's what I thought. Thanks, Tanika. Hey, Robin. Hey, Deb. I don't know if there was enough snow to sled today. I would like some more snow, like real snow. It was Rob Reiner's property that these people lived on. Oh, and they were around the same age. Well, I mean, it's still terrible, of course, but that's strange that that whole thing got. So, was it Rob Reiner's son who killed him, or theirs, or just a home invasion? What the hell? Yeah, she's very juvenile. All she cares about it. I mean, she's just such an ugly person. It's just amazing. We know that she's been calling Brian and Son a lot. Aussie FM has not called. Yeah. Um, yeah, that is weird. Wiki reported him dead 20 minutes ago, Addie Isme says. Strange. TMZ is still reporting it's the Reiners. Hi, Starseed. Where do you live, Starseed? I forgot. You're not. Hey, Gail Marie. You're not that late. We kind of just got started 15 minutes ago. Oh, the Reiner family has. Hey, Darcy Kittens has announced his death. Ugh. Yeah, she's a spoiled 12-year-old. Exactly, detective. It's crazy. Darkly lit. I don't know if she has, but it's. I mean, You know, I don't know. It's crazy that she ever had any. Hey, Shaky. Yeah. Ugh. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't know. I mean, it's just such a terrible thing, and they just seem so under the radar somehow. But obviously, I don't know anything about their personal life. Yeah, she'll be wanting money. And, I'm so glad that there's a limit on how much money these people can have. Of course, I'm sure that's for a very good reason. Yeah, Gail Marie, it is crazy. I don't think she does either, but it could just be that. I mean, I know that I'm projecting because to me it seems impossible that she does, but someone's flying around. But, also people don't want to. eh, who knows? Who knows what they're doing? Oh, you're upstate. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of snow there. Seriously says Sarah's number one requirement is always pity. Right. She always should be the victim. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, Arbor Day, May 4th, Boxing Day, Juneteenth. Yeah. Hanukkah. All the big ones. Right. A huge gift from her. But she also, even the gifts that she's having other people buy aren't big gifts. You know, she's not asking Brian to buy him a video game console, fish soap, a vinyl record. I mean, that I get. She'd had someone else buy it, and she had no business doing that either. But My Misery is God's Comedy. Amazing name. It was like a last minute decision, but I'm glad you're here. Oh, that's weird. It's cracked. I always forget that you're in Pennsylvania too. It's hard for me to remember because I feel like we're all in the same room together. Okay, Miyagi. Yeah, Kim. I was never a news junkie, but I could used to be able to watch the news. Now I can't look at it. It's just too depressing. Flag Day, right. Astral High. Yeah, I wonder so much what her son's experience is like, and it's got to be hard no matter what. Like, and I was thinking about this also. Like, I feel like when parents who are divorced or whatever it is, when they feel guilty, it's a very fine line because I understand that Brian feels, he wants to do the right thing. He doesn't want to have resentment. He doesn't want to keep his son from his mother. But sometimes when people feel, I've just noticed this from people I know, when people and kids I grew up with, when people feel guilty and they let their kids get away with all kinds of bullshit, it's not good. It doesn't end well. It's just, it's not within his control what Sarah did. And at some point, and I think he does, he seems to have a pretty good grasp on it now. But, I don't know. In my opinion, they talk to her too much, but what do I know? I just hate for him to spend the rest of his teen years, like, ugh. Yeah, I can't watch the news at all. Yeah. Um, I think that ex Derek and I were talking before the Diane Down thing started about like how there's no way. I mean, I just can't imagine that um, her son is going to want to go to visit her at that prison more than once. Um, Detective. I'm in New York City. Yeah. I would have kept my location private, except for there's so many sirens in the background that it was ridiculous. So I keep other things private, like, you know, everything else. Uh, so ex Eric and I were talking because I was telling him that I saw something about it. It was a Canadian crime, but they were talking about. I'll have to find it and bring it up on one of the lives I did this week. But they were talking about how the state or whatever it is over there, whatever they call it, was sued because they did not because they forced prison visits. It was exactly the Sarah situation. It was somebody with a child who was divorced and had a child, and obviously incarcerated. I think forever. I'm not sure, or at least for a good long time. And the mother, and they were fining them when they weren't meeting the, like, let's say monthly, as they do it this way, whatever. But that's they were like, that's, you can't do that. You can't force a minor to go to a prison for any reason. So that, I mean, it's true, it's not the states, but that made me feel a lot better because that makes perfect sense. And I'm sure that like Robin and other people have told us, but it's got to be, I mean, I won't be happy until we know what she comes up with. Oh yeah, Robin. Because of what happened there. Ugh. Yeah, exactly. That's why we can't watch the news. Yeah, that's also fucking terrible. I, call me crazy, but I don't like hate crimes. I'm funny that way. Exactly, polynomial. I just can't, and I have some like family members who get crazy about the news and they get so upset. I'm like, you can't watch it. You just can't do it. Like, no one wants to hear you talk about it. I don't mean me because they don't really, like, I refuse to talk about it, but like, no one wants to hear you talk about it. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. There's nothing you can do. Oh, you're in Tennessee now, Paul. Interesting. I was wondering if you were still, I mean, I kind of figured you were here because it's in your name, but I get it. That's kind of like one of my little dreams is to eventually just move to the South or something like, completely different. Although I have lived other places. Well, I lived in Duluth, Minnesota just to see what that was like something completely different. And I've lived like in Hawaii and LA, but that's kind of different. Um, and there's just too many white people in Minnesota. How do you like Tennessee? I've been to Tennessee. I liked it, but it's different than living someplace. I like North Carolina a lot, actually. Yes, she does have to go. He does have to go visit her on National Bee Day Appreciation Day, obviously. I mean, that's a given. But that's the only day that he should have to go see her. Oh, what happened? Hang on. Suma, I'm a single mom. Their dad struggles with mental health, and it isn't a big part of their and it and isn't a big part of their lives. I always end up overcompensating for their birthdays and Christmas. I know I do it, but I can't stop. That's okay. You know, I think that's what I was referring to. First of all, if that's the mistake, the parenting mistake you make is overcompensating, you're fine. What I mean is letting your kids get away with murder. I mean, not actual murder. I have to specify that considering what's going on in the world. But, I mean, I grew up in New York City. I went to a private school, and these kids you wouldn't believe what these kids were getting away with. I was the only one one of the only ones whose parents were married. So, yeah, I'm not in the Hamptons with the sirens, correct? Or the children enjoying themselves. I don't know if they even allow children in the Hamptons. They do. And I'm sorry about that. That's tough. That's not easy, Mallory. Yeah. It's funny also that we find it upsetting to watch the news, but we are basically taking the most horrifying stories from the news and just listening to that. But it's totally different. Yeah, Joette. Um, oh, I love Long Beach. I spent a lot of time in Long Beach actually, which I love. I like Long Beach. I like Manhattan Beach. I like Hermosa Beach. I like all those beaches out there. There's a nice Long Beach here in Long Island, but not as nice. Yeah. It could drive you crazy. I'm used to it. Obviously, I grew up here, so but it drives me crazy too. Everything is difficult here. Right, but I mean, if he wants to see his mother, the thing is that I have to believe, and if Robin is still here, maybe she can answer this question again. Not the first time I've asked this, but it they can't probably cannot implement him. They can't force. a mandate that he has to go see his mother in prison. He's a minor, and my guess would be that his lawyer said to him, "It's always good to appear as the over generous, understanding, willing to accommodate one, because most of the shit they're not going to do." Hey, Goldie. Don't forget, guys, to put it on all messages instead of top messages or whatever it is. Hey, Claire, I didn't see you. I think you snuck in without me seeing you. Yeah, she will, but Claire says she'll shake her son down for money if she gets the chance. Definitely, but I like the fact that her son seems to have a social life. He's got a girlfriend. I don't know what he's bothering with her for, but she's his mother. And my hope is that, I mean, he's got a great dad. He's probably got great grandparents. He's got friends. Like I said, girlfriend. He's gonna have his own life. He's gonna go to college. He's gonna be busy. So she can, sit and spin, as they said in junior high. I don't have cable either. I only have YouTube. That's all I pay for now is YouTube Premium. Right, and I don't hear the news exactly. I try to stay away from it. I mean, I could see the news, I guess, if I wanted to, but I don't want to at all. I knew if you saw this, you were going to give me a hard time. Hear me out. Hang on. Thank you for the money. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time that a woman has not been satisfied with you and had to go solo. So, sorry. That was good. I thought that was a good one. Hear me out. If I could figure out how to get someone else here, I would invite you every time, but that's aggravation that you don't want. Although we did it once. We got to try it again, but now I can't. Hey, CJ. Right, exactly. My misery is God's comedy. Um, I think it's a few things. One, we like Luminessa. One, we like justice. Two, we like psychology of it. And three, we're facing our fears and trying to, head them at the past kind of thing. Hi, Tabitha. I set this up like 2 seconds before I did it, right after right after we did Diane Downs. But I don't get any notifications either at all. I don't get the ones from here, the ones I'm on, like the ones that the hear me out ones. They don't notify me. Yeah, what local weather, it's fine, but also it's never right. So I mean, you have better luck with your horoscopes than the weather. I don't understand it. Like, don't pretend you know the weather if you don't. Me too, detective. I like that he's doing well academically. Sarah Catherine Paulson never did. Hide your money, y'all. Exactly, Buzz Boomer. I just can't see that happening. Oh shit. Hang on. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, here we go. Robin says, poor Robin. I'm always counting on her for all the legal answers. Um, no, she cannot force him to visit, but she can order Brian to take him there. Really? But how else would he visit if. Absolutely, so that she can send me money. Exactly, Shaky. That's precisely it. But of course, she would never say. At least she's smart enough to not say that. But Judge Jackson knows that. She's so disgusting. I hate these phone calls with her. She's just. I mean, it's just all the same bullshit. It's nonsense. And I don't know whose voice I hate more, to be honest, with these new phone calls. Ugh. Yeah, no, Kim Stoll. They don't let me know about my own life. I mean, look, I know about it, obviously, but no one tells me nothing. You know, Darcy's kitten, I think that he, she says, I wish Brian would do something to get unapproved for visits. Yeah, me too. And I have some suggestions. But he didn't, he didn't fill out that form for a long time and he just bullshitted her. I like that he's giving her back what she gave him for years, just lies and bullshit, lazy nonsense. Hey, Larry. I've hear me out. I've disappointed countless women in my life. You're not special. I'm either too funny, too sexy, too successful, etc. 100%. No arguments here. All you're not either. All you are all of those things. Now where was I? Robin says, "Shaky, shake." It doesn't mean that Brian will actually send money. I think he's getting strong enough now to oblige to not to oblige to Sarah Benjamin. I agree. But that's why she wants him to, I can't believe they're calling her so much and talking to her so much. Hey, Mina. Darcy, what do you want him to do to get unapproved? Let's think about what kind of crimes he could. What could he do that they won't let him? He'd probably have to do something kind of serious, and that's not his style. Nor should he do something like that. I have to pay the Stream Lord overlords. And for the record, I've constantly disappointed women for all my life. I'm sure your mother's not disappointed, and you'll hear me out. And you're a man. Of course, you've been disappointing women your whole life. Robin says, if the son refuses to see her, hang on. That is his right, but Brian cannot stop it from occurring. Okay, so if the son goes in and asks to leave in 5 minutes, oh, the order is complied with. Right, but but he has to take him there? Like he can't not go at all? Really? Once a month they're going to do that? That's crazy to me. That is that. Hey, Cray Cray. Cray Cray's also in New York. Did you like the snow? I looked at it out my window. But Addie went running in Central Park. Addie, do you live near the park? My parents live right there. Yeah, he's constantly in trouble. That's right. That's right, my misery. He's so sexist. Okay, Robin says, think of it this way. It is probably more damaging for Brian to take the choice away from his son. Right. And that is definitely, I agree, but I'm just wondering if that is why we're going to watch this go on for a while. Okay. So, but, so he has to bring him once a month if that's what she agrees on? If she agrees to that stipulation or whatever it is, his plan? Nobody is as broke as Sarah is, Dorgan. Right. Cray Cray for Kranich couldn't walk my dog today because he refused to wear booties. Of course he did. Yeah. And then there's the salt and the, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah. Just like, although once, so they have 4 years until they can be done with her, really, really. I mean, her son may never be done with her, but after that, at least it's his choice. I mean, nobody gets away with anything for free in life. There's always some kind of heartache, and that's really extreme. Yeah, absolutely skeptic. I mean, of course, you know. Brian, Robin says Brian agreed to take his son there 12 times a year. That will probably be the order for now. Got it. He's playing the long game. Yeah. I just, you know, for me, like once, because of the way I deal with not things like this, because I've never dealt with something like that, but when you're just done and it's usually when you're really done that things start that you have to start putting the thing. I'm done long before all the work has to go into being finished. I have like no, I'm just so, I can't even think about it. I don't want to do anything. I cannot even imagine having to go through what Brian has been going through for years now and continuing to. But I also, if you have a child that you are caring for and trying to do the right thing for, it's different. I realize. It's crazy. Yeah, she wanted, well, today on Reddit they were having a conversation, and Sarah Boone continued about like someone was saying how it's weird that they were supposed to bring Brian back, like the Owens was going to question him. Hey, Deborah Raquel. Um, and he never did, of course. And they were like, how did he keep Sarah from? How did he make that happen? Because Sarah doesn't listen to anything. But and tell me what you think of this. Hey, Lumencraft. Thanks for joining. It's insane that Brian wants to drag that poor child. Right. No, he isn't. I know you always give him a hard time. He's trying to do the right thing. Um, and good morning. And good morning. That was a very German good morning. Um, it is the long game, right? It is easy for us to see what should be done. Right. Exactly. I mean, of course, we're enraged. We're always angry. So we are not the I mean, I agree with you 100%. Of course. Yes. And I know that. It's just, I'm just curious. Actually, what I'm curious about is uh how, like, what the legal, what Judge Jackson is looking at and what she has, if she can make that obligatory, that he, and if she will, and all that. I just didn't realize that he would then have to see him 12 times a year, although it makes sense because otherwise why would they even bother putting that in there? um Okay, Deborah, get ready for bed. We'll keep you company. Um, so they were saying in this Reddit thing, like, why didn't, how did Owens get away with not questioning Brian again after that? How did he convince Sarah? Because Sarah probably wanted them to. Hi, Francis. Um, question him, and I was like, I don't think. I feel like Sarah knows. Sarah knows when not to. I don't think she would want. She can talk about it all she wants, but when push comes to shove with something like that, I don't think she wanted, because he probably said to her, after I cross, they can recross. And they're going to ask him the following questions. How often did she see her son? How often did she show up drunk at your house? Things like that. And Sarah knows enough to know that those answers are not good. Yes, literally everything. Yeah, Margarita and I are being sleep deprived together. Hi, Mandy. I don't know. I think that there must be a reason that that's what he's offering. Maybe he asked his son and his son was like, I mean, let's not forget his son has not seen her son has not seen her in years, thanks to her. It's true. And that is his mom. And I always say this, but shaky shake, I am a executive assistant and creative genius, but not on YouTube. I'm an executive assistant, and for fun, I paint portraits of people's pets. It's my hobby. I mean, not for money. Like my friends, I'll paint their dogs and their cats and stuff like that. I think that it's hard for us to imagine ever wanting to see Sarah Boone, but that is his mom, right? And kids always long for the parent that isn't around, no matter how horrible they are. In my experience, that's what I've noticed. You know? Hi, Helen, someone. You can't force love. Right, but you can't force the opposite either. You can't force, I mean, he's not gonna. Lewincraft says that Brian said the son wants to visit and on his terms. Right. Everyone ignores what the son wants. Well, they don't ignore it, just that for some reason, and I don't understand this, that's not how the law works. They have to have certain things in place, I guess. I don't get, really. But I guess it's because in most situations you can't just do what the kid wants. I guess. I don't know. I work for Big Suitcase, that's right. I hope her son looks just like Brian. He probably looks like, well, girls usually, but not always. Oh, listen, Brian Walsh certainly looks like his mother. I think we can all agree on that. I don't think. Hi, Winter Lake. I think the son, first of all, if your kid's going to end up resenting you for something, that's just, you can't win, right? Like, that's a no win situation. But I would see him resenting more if he didn't let him see his mother. He has to come to his own decision, right? Like, if he wants to still speak to her, which clearly he does. I don't see a world where her son never wants to see her or speak to her and Brian is forcing it. That I do not see. My guess would be that things would be a lot easier for Brian if this kid was like, you know what? It's enough with her. Hi, innuendo. Cattywampus. Well said. It is a fucked up situation. That's right. Hey, groovy Canadian chick. I mean, there's no winning when you have kids. I've heard, hence the no kids. Cray cray for Kranich. I don't do commissions because I don't do it for money because that ruins the fun. Like I don't want to do that. But if you send me pictures of your, just a few pictures, I have not worked. I'm there's I've been trying to paint my cousin's dog for a couple of years now, but that's an ongoing project because he's got the kind of face that I can't like. For some reason, I'm having a hard time with it. But normally, it doesn't take that long, and I will post some pictures some of the paintings, and then maybe you guys want to send me pictures of your pets or whatever. I would also just love to see everyone's animals because I don't have a pet right now, and I'm always interested in seeing people's pets. My Misery is God's Comedy says, I think Brian is also trying to give Sarah the benefit of the doubt in the sense that this is his son's mother. Right. I don't think he's trying to give Sarah anything at this point, but I think he's trying to give his son the grace, the ability to see his own mother. I mean, can you imagine he was a little boy when Sarah started losing her damn mind. There's nothing worse, I don't think, than that like type of parent. Just I mean, imagine it's your night at your mom's house and she's calling your dad to be like, come get him, we're getting drunk. Kids feel that, right? Oh really, Paul Clink? That's so funny. Interesting. Oh, I'd like to see some of the stories. You write Paul Clink writes funny stories for the New York Times. And I work for www.medicalsnacks.com. Okay, here. My misery is God's comedy. I still can't get over it. It's just so funny to me. Sorry. I mean, not that it's not funny, but it's funny. I was a foster kid with abusive bio parents. Even though I knew they were bad and I didn't want to go back with them, there were still times where I would miss the version of them, right, that what could have been. They're still your parents, right? Like, that's the thing. It's like this, I would imagine that it's a hunger that you can never satiate because they are your parents, but they're not, and when you don't have that, you also don't know that even the great parents aren't the way you imagine them when you don't have even close to that, right? Oh, I'm sorry. My misery. Right, but Lumencroft, she's not his mother, but and never has been, but she's his mother. Oh, you have a pug named Peggy Sue Helen, someone? Oh God, is there anything better than animals? Okay, fine. That I will agree to. Detective. Yeah. It's hard. I mean, I think it's hard at any age, no matter what kind of parents you had. It's always hard because we always care about our parents. We always want to please our parents. Sometimes we just want them to leave us alone, whatever. But the point is, it's never an easy. It's usually, I don't know anyone who has a totally easygoing thing with their parents, unless the whole family's very stupid. I said it. 14-year-old, 15-year-old terror, my experience. Oh, 14 sweet, 15 terror. Interesting, Dorgan. I thought you were saying you have a 14-year-old terrier. Shows where my mind is. Hi, Francis says my mom was a narcissist and borderline, but she was my mother, right? And throw that in that I was the baby and she died in her 50s. Yeah. I mean, it's never, that's the problem with life is we have to live with other human beings and care about them, and that's never ends well. Thank God we have each other, for real. Right. I mean, she says she couldn't see herself forcing her son to go see her. She's a nightmare. But, obviously we're looking from the outside in. You have to do it. I mean, you have to. Mandy says the son wants a relationship with her, right? He talks to Sarah a lot. He does. And Brian allows it and pays for it, right? Because he doesn't. I mean, can you imagine, like, if he wants to speak to his, this is a lot, and as it's always said, Brian is very, and I've always felt this way about it. He's very good at playing the long game. So, hi Jennifer. Hang on, I want to see the full name here. I know your name, but I don't know. Jennifer Lynn Scalzo? You're in Florida. We're in Florida. So we've got Australia, we've got New York City, we've got Canada, we've got upstate New York, we've got, where are you, Forever Wander? We've got Tennessee. Winter Lake. Someone here is in Colorado, right? I don't know where Mandy is. Winter Lake says the rest of my family is kind of bananas, but my dad is the ideal dad. Yeah. How did he get mixed up with them, I'm very close with my dad too, but we wouldn't call him ideal. But he's, considering the life that he had, he's ideal. He's amazing. That's okay, detective. You don't have to be an artist. We still love you. Right. Look at the Adelsons is right. Skeptic says some mothers are clearly completely terrible people, and the kids. That's the thing, is that sometimes I feel like the more horrible the parent is, the more the child not loves them necessarily, but needs them, right? Because if you have a parent who's never really there for you, they always resent the parent who's there for the really, I don't think until people become like adults and look back do they realize, my mother was ride or die. Like, she did everything for me. My father was doing God knows what, or the other way around, like in this case. And it's always that parent who you can't quite get that you always long for. Yeah. Ellen, someone says my gaydar goes off with Brian. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was married to Sarah Boone for a while, so that'll do it. But I know what you mean, although I don't think I'm. I've heard other people say that too, but it might just be the hand movements. I don't know. My parents are kind of strict, not strict, but I'm the only one, so I don't have siblings, so that's a really good thing. Right, they would totally help you bury a body, but tell me I was wrong. It was wrong. Yeah, my parents are very happy to tell me when I'm wrong, and I would not ask them to help me bury a body because I don't trust them like that. My father, me and my father could bury a body in half an hour. I think he told me once that don't do anything illegal if there's any possibility that you could get caught. That was his advice, and I thought it was very good advice. I do too, Mandy, and I agree. And I know that Lumencroft is, he's always angry at Brian, and I understand that too, of course. And he's not wrong, but, you know. You think Sarah likes the ladies telling someone? She was looking at porn, not George. Yeah, I'm not sure if that means she likes the ladies. I think if she liked the ladies, she would have already had quite a few fights with all of her girlfriends over there, but I think she'll come around. I think it's totally possible that she will get involved, if she gets involved in a relationship whilst incarcerated, which is the rest of her life, so it's likely. I could see her actually killing her girlfriend. I'm not sure anyone gets away from her alive or unscathed. What's a toupee? Oh, his hair? No, it isn't. Oh, right. You have oh, Kim stole my fish soap. I didn't realize you had so many, and I didn't know that the newest one had a form of some kind of dwarfism. I assume you're talking about your cats, right? Not your, yeah, because of the tail thing. Phew. Yeah, I don't think so. You know what, Mandy and Francis? I assume you're saying that Sarah's counting on him taking care of her. I don't think Sarah thinks is that smart to think ahead like that. She's not even that savvy. Right now, because she wants her needs right now. Everything is an emergency. Where are my car keys? Do you know where my car keys are? I need, you know, it's right in the moment. Everything is an emergency. She's not thinking about the next moment because she's so desperate in this moment to get her wings, and whatever the fuck she wants, and you know her thing to the family court, and everything is so urgent. She's not. She doesn't have the brain to think about her future. Obviously, I mean, hello. I think she wants her son now because listen, she's been in jail and now prison. Don't you think that everyone else's family is visiting them? And these bitches already don't like her, okay? And that's going to be used against them. That's my opinion. That's the main reason that Sarah wants to see him. And also, I mean, she doesn't have the feelings for her child that a normal person, the average person would. But there's some kind of misplaced something there, right? I mean, we know that when she loves, her version of love is just to basically have to control. It's just the sick thing. Oh, I've been to Red Rocks. I was engaged to someone who lived in Colorado. I mean, he was from Colorado. He was also a horrible person. Actually, he's how I learned about narcissists, but Colorado's nice. Hi, Sagittarius. Right, not emergency. It's emergent. Dandy says to Larry Powers, ground gets a lot harder to dig after the top foot or two of topsoil. That's what I've heard too. Mandy says Judge Jackson is not going to court order any visitation. She will leave the entirely up to Brian. I don't know. I mean, that's what I thought, Mandy. But Robin, who is a lawyer and stuff, she says that she might because that's what he requested, and we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll never see. I don't know. Aww. Beebs, that's so cute. Well, if the others were deaf, you wouldn't have to worry about them hearing about it. Winter Lake, that's what I've heard, that Red Rocks is the best place to go for concerts. I don't like concerts, but I've been to a million of them. Because I was in that industry for a while, let's say. Paul Kelly says no, it's Ugh. Which is not an emotion. And while Skeptic says, Sarah's single-mindedness is like a child who wants a candy or a toy. Exactly. They don't care what anyone is saying. They just want that damn candy or toy. And she's a nightmare I bet she was a nightmare at bedtime as a child. Absolutely. And still, I mean, she can say all she wants about how George doesn't like it when she sleeps, but we all know that as soon as he finally passed out or fell asleep for a second, she called the police. She's just disgusting. Let's watch this for a second.
Person for trial.
That they are trying to hold against me in regards to the $600 storage unit, the $370.
I get so angry now that I almost can't watch this either.
Fees. A lot of these things could have boiled down to simple communication. Would they have taken advantage of any of the mediation opportunities that were presented by the court? That a lot of these could have been resolved, including the temporary location that could have been discussed and proposed and agreed upon. Also, another opportunity could have been had in the mandatory attorneys meeting and unrepresented party meeting that we were supposed to have pre-trial conference before that.
Of course you are.
And again, the defiance is not in myself, as I have been 100% transparent, cooperative, and trying to do my best with whatever it is I can in order to prove my side and the truth and to show my adamant.
That's right. Luminessa makes a very good point. I mean, she's all full of shit anyway, but she's not thinking about us. She really isn't. That's the problem.
That I have been legally entitled to in regards to alimony and any arrears attached to that. The defiance is coming from the petitioner and his counsel by not abiding court-ordered payments and any other court orders in regards to the parenting plan and anything else that the court has proposed as of the official divorce. And that's including also maternity.
Oh, bye, Art Johnson.
Are self-inflicted. Would they have been truthful and ethical?
Oh, you're off work forever now. Good. I thought you were saying you're off to work.
Time so
good.
I can
Stay here with us.
Review and correspond timely with the correct information.
All right, Ms. Boone, you're way off base here. I need to know an opening statement is kind of a outline of what you intend to present at trial on the issues regarding the parenting plan proposed for the relocation and the modification of alimony and child support.
Oh, Detective, you have to let me know when it is.
Is my motion for contempt also included at some point?
No, ma'am, I've already dealt with the motion for contempt dealing with the application. Again, I told you what the issues were that we're here on today. You may continue, but let's talk about those issues. What do you intend to present as your evidence and your position regarding the relocation proposed parenting plan and the modification of child support, the modification of alimony, and the request for sole parental responsibility?
Yeah, we can get the UGG shirt.
Those are the issues that we're dealing with right now.
Yes, Your Honor. I was asking in regards to the motion for contempt in regards to alimony that does not have a judgment and has been continued up to this point. That was my question for the motion for contempt.
All right, ma'am, continue with your opening statement.
Has the court received my exhibits, please, Your Honor, that I sent?
We're not talking about exhibits right now. We're talking about your outline, your overview of what you intend to present to the court today.
Robin, do you think that, I mean, she probably knows Kranick to, on a certain level, but do you think that I guess she wouldn't talk to, well, I don't know. Do you think that she talked to Judge Kranick about this or no? Probably not. Also, this is the only case of hers we know about. I'm sure she's got a lot of very serious things going on. I'm aware of that.
what I my case law and my exhibits that I'm hoping that you all receive.
You can continue with your opening statement.
Other than what I've actually already said, Your Honor, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing.
No
to be
kidding.
honest
How
with
would
you,
she
so
know?
Okay. Here,
Hi, Beth.
I'll stop for just a minute. Let me give you some guidance, okay? They are requesting that you have one visitation per month with the child and one phone call per week.
It was last Sunday.
What do you intend to ask this court for as far as contact with the child?
Tanika and
Okay, yes.
So
Please,
good.
if you don't mind,
did
I'm
a
going
premiere
to
last Sunday. It
pull
was
that
amazing.
from my
Last Sunday?
pre-trial
Yeah, a week
statement.
ago. I know I'm kind of going all over the place in the chat just because I'm trying not to miss anything.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Val.
Your Honor. My request that I put in my pre-trial statement
Hey, A to B. Did I say hi to you?
were to have daily telephone calls if I would like to have them with my son, which he would like to have as well. Personal space and funds already added to the phone. So there's no interruption, please.
Listen to her. What a bitch she sounds
Power
like.
credit for he and I to be able to correspond with one another. My case law and my exhibits that I'm hoping.
Also, let's not forget that this was supposed to be one and done. She was supposed to come with her whole thing, including closing arguments. But she acted like she was in such she was supposed to bring that with her. She doesn't even, not even aware of that.
That you all receive.
Yeah.
You can continue with your opening statement.
Your personal space. That's how she...
Other than what I've actually already said, Your Honor, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, to be honest with you. So
Okay. Here, I'll stop for just a minute. Let me give you some guidance, okay? They are requesting that
Exactly.
you have
It's the only
one
way to end the
visitation
weekend.
per month with the child and one phone call per week. What do you intend to ask this court for as far as contact with the child?
Yes, Kim.
okay, yes, please, if you don't mind, I'm going to
You in the
pull
clink,
that from
Boone.
my pre-trial statement.
Right, this is forever. I told her to very kindly stop with her snotty
Thank you, Your
attitude.
Honor. My request that I put in my pre-trial statement were to have daily telephone calls if I would like to have them with my son, which he would like to have as well.
Shaky shaker, you in Kentucky?
Personal space and funds already added to the phone. So there's no interruption, please. Power credit for he and I to be able to correspond with one another and utilize the features of the tablet to stay in communication.
Of course, my misery.
Virtual visit on the kiosk.
Chat GPT for case law. That's why it went so well.
In-person visit, I put 122 per month with a maximum allowable time afforded by the correctional facility, please.
You're saying
Otherwise,
two in-person, hold up, stop. I just want to make sure I understand. You're requesting 2 in-person visits for the maximum time allowed?
1 to 2.
Okay. Okay, you can continue. I just wanted to make sure I understand you. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I would like to be included in all holidays, including schooling holidays.
What does that mean,
and any other
included?
time the minor child would like to include me. I would like to compel the petitioner, please, to include me in any decision-making regarding the minor child. To enforce communication, regular correspondence of the petitioner, me, and all available options, including phone calls, tablet messages, letters, third-party representatives, any manner necessary, please, that I request, so we can communicate between one another, because that is
Of course she was unprepared. That's how she does,
process.
despite her claims.
And to please keep the respondent, myself, updated regarding the minor child's proposed vacations, appointments, meetings,
Hi,
any
Emma.
happenings in his life, so I can be included.
Thank you.
To please enforce
You're so
perpetual cooperation of the petitioner with myself in order to simplify, relieve, prevent on.
Emma, where are you? You're, I want to say like Switzerland, but that's not it. I don't think. I knew, and then I forgot.
Going and future problems for myself and
or
the
New
son.
Jersey.
And please to stop his intentional lack of, which he has been doing.
That's
so
right, Joette.
throughout
All
this
she does is
entire
complain.
case. To please cooperate and just
No shame.
simplify things. Include me.
All right, I get the gist of that. They're also requesting
Got the
that
gist
the
of that.
alimony of $1,000
We really haven't listened
per
to this
month be
enough.
terminated. What is your position on
Sweden.
that?
Okay.
Please, if you don't mind, I'm going to
Hi.
pull my paper.
And good morning.
All right, you're going to get a chance to present evidence. What I'm trying to find out now is just simply an overview, an opening statement, what the overview is of your position on everything, so that when I do hear the evidence, I know what I'm listening for.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
she
Your
was a
Honor.
straight A
Thank you for your
student.
I don't need specific language. Are you
According to her.
contesting? Do you believe that you should still be paid $1,000 in alimony per month?
Yeah,
I do,
skeptic. She thinks
because
she has the right of
the
refusal
orders
if
were
if they
active,
plan a
including
vacation.
arrearage.
Why?
Right? Do you believe you should still be paid $100 per month in child support?
I do not. The petitioner and myself came to that conclusion when
Right, went to
Judge
Lake.
Dean was on the bench. So that should
Thanks,
be
Helen.
concluded.
Right. So you agree that Mr. Boone should not be paying you child support?
Correct. Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, Beth, she's, well, you know, she's very stupid. Hi, Wendy.
Right. They made a statement that there is approximately $4,000 that is sitting in the clerk of courts.
She will not
with
shut the fuck
regard
up, A to B.
to
And you
child
know it, and
support.
we all
They're
know
asking that be returned to Mr.
it.
Boone
She's excelling. That's
so that
right,
he
Patty.
can use it to care for the child. Do you
Hey,
agree
Barry
with
Adams.
that?
I do only if he decides to include me, please. On some
She's
of the
gotten
things
so much
that I
more
would
than
like
she
to have
ever
my son,
deserved already.
to have also, and things that he has made mention to me that he would like to have in order to become more of an adult and his growth in his teenage
I mean,
years.
I just can't imagine that. Judge Jackson was great in getting that concession. What concession?
All right.
She must just, I mean,
All right, so Ms. Boone, what's going to happen now is because the petitioner is the one who's filed the petition to relocate and the
right, do it,
petition
exactly.
for modification, he has the burden of proof, and so he goes first. So I'm going to allow him to present his evidence. He's going to be able to call witnesses and offer documents to the court. If he calls a witness to testify, you will have an opportunity to ask cross-examination questions, okay? Then once he is done with all of his witnesses and all of his evidence, then the court will turn to you and I will hear any testimony, any witnesses you want to call, including yourself. And if you
Hey,
call
Sharon.
a witness or if you testify, then his attorney will be able to ask you cross-examination questions, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Not
I
do
have
child support
confirmed
from
that
Brian.
we did receive in
Right.
the mail some documents that were your exhibits. When it becomes your time to present your case, we'll pull those exhibits and then you'll be responsible for moving those into evidence, whatever you want to move into evidence. The attorney will have an opportunity to either object or to say he does not object to the court considering any specific pieces of evidence, okay? But you will get an opportunity.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll have petitioner call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll call Mr. Boone.
Give me just a minute to set up.
This is for the relocation, please.
I'm sorry, say that again?
What is the first document that we are attempting?
It's not a document. Counsel has called Mr. Boone to testify as a witness. And I don't, can you, like, Mr. Boone, can you just say your name from sitting there?
Brian Boone?
Can you hear Mr. Boone?
Right,
Yes.
this is forever.
I was actually
Jack.
wondering, Your Honor, if it's okay if he goes up there to the witness stand. Is that okay? Or is that going to be too complicated?
No, I don't think it will be, and it's probably wired so that it's probably, you can hear him better from there. So I'm going to go ahead and have you go ahead and move to the witness stand.
Exactly, Dorgan. It's like she's never just she doesn't know any of this legal, like as if she didn't carry on for 5 years in criminal court, as if she knows everything and no one's giving her this and no one's giving her that. And then when she got her discovery, she was like, I love that.
And I remind you, Mr. Boone, you are under oath.
And you do have a microphone,
Yes,
so enough with the
As a
gashrying.
witness to testify, you will have an opportunity to ask cross-examination questions.
Don't worry,
Okay.
Judge Jackson. Sarah
Then
will
once
remind him that he's
when
under
I do hear
oath
the
a lot.
evidence, I know what I'm listening for.
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
I
Thank you for your
don't need specific language. Are you contesting?
I just want to get
Do you
back to that part where he.
the evidence? The attorney.
Tracking receipt. I just want to make sure Ms. Boone has these.
What is the first document that we are become more of an adult and his
Will
don't
be, and
know
it's
where it
probably
is.
wired so that it's probably you can hear him better from there. So I'm going to go ahead and have you go ahead and move to the witness stand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she has no shame at all, and no, I mean, she cannot get embarrassed. She doesn't know how.
All right, and I remind you, Mr. Boone, you are under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Boone, good afternoon.
Exactly my misery.
So, Ms. Boone has consented to the relocation, so we're going to skip a lot of questions about how your son's doing there, and we can fast track some things a little bit. I wanted to start off with going through with you the your proposed parenting plan, and that has been
yeah, Winter Lake, because
marked
she's
for
not like us.
identification purposes as petitioner's exhibit
That's why she's not
G.
embarrassed. We would never do
Now,
any of
Your
these
Honor,
things.
these were all mailed to
Right?
Ms. Boone, and we have a I have a copy of the
Okay, Miyagi.
tracking receipt. I just want to make sure Ms. Boone has these. So if you, I don't know if
Ms. Boone, did you receive petitioner's exhibits?
for the notice of filing proposed amended parenting plan.
yeah,
Yes.
that's one of them. Okay. So I guess, does she have any objection for me submitting this as a exhibit?
All right, Ms. Boone, do you have a legal objection to the court considering that proposed parenting plan?
No, Your Honor.
I understand that you do not agree with it, but do you have any objection to the court considering it?
No, Your Honor.
All right, hearing no objection, I'll receive into evidence what
I
is
hope
pre-marked
so
as
too,
petitioner's
Val.
G is petitioner's exhibit number 1.
Although she probably isn't. My guess would be she got a pretty good idea of what she's dealing with here almost immediately. Yeah, no, seriously, she doesn't understand anything. I'm never gonna get over it.
Okay, sir. So we'll skip right to the meat of what we're proposing here, and that would be located on bait stamp page 082, which you'll see the bait stamps on the top right-hand corner of the documents. You see that there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In this proposal that you submitted to the court, you're asking that the father have 100% sole parental responsibility and shall make all major decisions affecting the child's welfare. It says children's, but you only have one child with Ms. Boone. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
And how old is your son, by the way? So I want to ask you a few questions regarding your request for sole parental responsibility. First off, since February of 2020, has Ms. Boone had
And I
any
object because I
overnight
object.
contact with your son?
No.
Okay. Has she been involved in any major
Careful, she
decision
really
related
is
to your son
amazing.
since February of 2020?
No.
Okay. Practically speaking, if there was a major decision that needed to be decided upon, how would you go about having, if Ms. Boone did have shared parental responsibility and was equally had equal power to make decisions related to your son. Practically speaking, how would you even do that if she's in federal or in prison?
No idea. I have no way of contacting her. It'd be sitting around and waiting for her to call or something.
Whenever
at
she
some point.
feels like it.
And has Miss Boone had telephonic contact with your son since she was incarcerated?
Yes.
Okay. Does she have frequent telephone communication with your son?
Off and on. There are weeks when there are tons of phone calls, and then weeks where there's none. It's just kind of, I don't know.
And when she is talking to your son, how does that go? How does it go? Is it good? Is it
coin flip?
This is so sad.
Sometimes he's very upset afterwards at things she had said to him, and sometimes she's in a great mood and they have a great conversation. It's very, you never know what's going to happen.
And when she's talking to your son, does she support your decisions, or is she a contrarian? Can you tell me exactly how she interacts with
mainly
your son?
Mainly contrarian.
Yeah,
from what I
seriously.
understand from. I can't hear too much of them because she forces him to make sure he is nowhere near me when he talks on the phone with her.
Okay. Can you give me a specific example of where, after she's had a phone conversation with him, you've had difficulty with him?
Well, generally it's with buying things he wants, which, I mean, kids want all kinds of things. That's what birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that's for. Everything's not instant gratification. And he'll tell her about these things, and her response is, well, just Dad should get it for you. So. Okay.
Given the decisions that she made that led to her arrest and eventual conviction for second-degree murder, do you have any concerns about her decision-making ability?
Oh, of course.
Okay. What are some of those decisions or some of those issues the specific issues you have with her decision-making ability?
I don't think she makes good decisions, even without the alcohol.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think she has some problems that need to be worked on.
Okay. And when she was not incarcerated, prior to incarceration,
yeah, this is forever.
What was the time sharing schedule on paper that you two had?
It was a 50-50. One of us was Monday, Tuesday. The other one was supposed to be Wednesday, Thursday, and then we alternated Friday through Sunday.
Yeah, Mallory, a lot of people wonder that. I mean, I
prior
do too.
to her incarceration, was she exercising all of the overnights that she?
No, it was about 30%, and it was sporadic as to kind of when she felt like it. Not even on days she was supposed to. She wouldn't have him for like a week and a half. And then she'd be like, I want to have him tonight and tomorrow night. And I'd be like, well, those are my days. And she's like, well, I haven't seen him in over a week. And that's kind of how things would go. So it'd just be like that. And then occasionally I'd be called over to pick him up at night because she had started drinking or wanted to drink and didn't want to take him to school in the morning or what have you. So
complaining about Sarah Boone, you know.
Yeah, it was a lot of that.
And during that time period before her incarceration, was she actively involved in the decision-making process with your son?
Exactly, Winter Lake.
Not really. She was kind of in her own.
It's a fine line, right? Like, but I think Brian seems to have a pretty
world at that time.
And if there is a decision that needs to be a major decision that's need to be made regarding your son, that involves some type of monetary commitment, does Miss Boone have any ability to contribute monetarily to that commitment?
No.
Okay. So is it possible that if she were to be able to have equal say in decision making around your child, that whatever she decides, you're going to be 100% responsible financially for that decision? Is that correct?
Correct.
Is that one of the other reasons why you're asking for sole parental responsibility, since you're the only parent that can financially execute any decision that needs to be made?
She's horrible, but her son still wants to have a relationship with her.
And do you see any problems with the fact that if there was a joint decision that needed to be made regarding a major decision of your son, do you see any problems with Miss Boone having input on that decision if she is not going to be financially responsible for it?
Submit them.
I mean, I don't mind her giving some input on it. Okay. No, I just don't want her to have any kind of legal availability to make a decision.
Okay. Now, is she informed of what's going on with your son?
I mean, when she talks, I guess he tells her. Once again, I never hear the phone calls, so I don't know.
Which is
But
crazy.
But does she have the ability? She's
so
had
stupid. I just
phone
don't see
calls where
Brian
she can ask him
being
about
the
what's going
type
on in his
to-
life. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
do
And
any
you're
of the
not
things she says he's doing.
looking to restrict her ability to be able to contact her son and talk to her son about what's going on in his life. Is that correct?
No, I mean
Within reason, I
the
should say.
amount of calls,
Okay.
yes, but no.
Okay. And
Yes, I mean,
let's
he
get
is.
into that. Your proposal is that Miss Boone have one weekly phone call with your son. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, are
Oh
these
my
phone
God.
calls free?
No.
Okay. So how much do they?
Carolina's tree fell on her doggy. I had to straighten everything out and make sure he was okay. But he's okay, right? I assume. So speaking of doggies, I just got some pictures up of like 3 of my paintings or whatever. One cat too. I'll show you. First, let me play this again, and then I'll get them up and show you.
Cost every time Miss Boone wants to have a phone call with your son.
It's about $5 for a 30-minute call.
Okay. And in the last month, do you know how much you've spent on those phone calls?
Well, I mean, I said like last week, she didn't even call him last week, so that was like a 0. But the week before that, I mean, she called a bunch. She probably had 6 or 7 calls, so that's like 35. She called last night, so that's 40, and then maybe $50, $60 in the last month.
Okay. When she does try to contact your son, do you try to accommodate her most times?
Oh, of course.
Have there been times where you weren't able to accommodate her?
Well, I mean, yeah, his phone's dead, or he didn't have it with him,
Or he's
it was
busy. I don't know why he
silent,
doesn't
or
say he's
any number of
busy.
things.
He's got a life.
Okay. Now, regarding actually in-person visits,
Mhm.
has there been any in-person visits at the current facility she's
Yeah.
located in? Okay. When she was in the John Young facility, was there in-person visits that were?
They're not allowed.
They're not allowed. Okay.
Yes, it's not even a possible. Even well, you can go there, but you're in a building across the street doing
Hey,
it through a
itty
computer.
bitty.
There's no possible way to physically see somebody there.
Okay. So this new facility is the first time that there's a possibility to be in the same room as her
Yes.
son. Okay. And how far is that facility from
What kind of
where
doggy
you live
do you
in
have,
Gainesville?
Carolina?
I think it's like an hour 20, something like that.
Okay. So
Oh, I know what
a
kind.
round
It's
trip
in your
just
picture.
to visit
I know. Cute.
mom is going to be approximately 3 hours.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And when do these visits? When are these visits scheduled? Do you know?
Well, if we were to do one, it
Hi,
would be on
Paula.
the weekend. I don't know if they do them on the week or not. So
Okay. So if you were to execute one of these visits on a weekend day, that's pretty much going to take. Is it going to pretty much take the entire day?
It would be a day, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly,
and is
Helen. She's
are you
just
going to be the one that
desperate
has
for
to
a
drive in
visitor
there?
for
There's no other family members that
Appearance
Miss Boone
sakes,
has,
because
or any
everyone
that could
fucking
take.
hates her, and
Well,
that's
I
not
mean, I
helping.
have family members who could, but
No one on
no,
Miss
it,
Boone's
would-
side?
it would be me doing it.
Okay, so it'd be either you or your family members that would have to
Correct.
take him. Okay. And so, why do you believe that one visit per month?
Any
is
visitor, just
appropriate?
anyone.
I think that's plenty enough. I mean,
Can you imagine
I wouldn't want that necessarily like set in stone. I want
her own son wouldn't testify for her, wouldn't write a letter? Nothing. I mean, I don't think it's very rare that you see, especially a woman whose children don't testify for them, don't write a letter, hoping that they can come out and see their grandchildren, whatever it is. Nada.
I would like it to be a little more flexible because, I mean, there's quite possibly, going to be situations where, it's only on weekends. So you've got like 4 weekends out of the whole month to get it done. And if he's got extracurricular things, we have season tickets for football games at UF. We go to games all the time. We have basketball season tickets. So there are lots of things we're doing. So, it's entirely possible we'll have month where all 4 weekends are just taken up that month.
Would you be willing to commit to 12 visits a year, which would average out to be at
That's
least
right.
once a
Winter
month?
Lake.
Yeah, something like that would probably
Nobody
work.
has visited her. No one
And
knows.
tell me, where does your son
someone
currently
will
go?
have to.
High school.
Okay, and is that a magnet program or is that a regular school? What is that?
Well,
I
it's
will.
a magnet,
Here.
it's a biotech
I
magnet
gotta
program
find
you get
out what it
accepted
is.
into.
Okay, so explain to
Are
me,
you a cat guy? in the crowd?
what are the commitments
This is the-
of
this is the
a
dog.
student that gets accepted into a biotech magnet?
Well, it's a lot more heavy math, science, stuff
Another
like
dog.
that. There's a specific biotech class he takes every year over his 4 in high school for it. Also, the school itself is over 11 miles away from me, so, and there's no busing, so I get to drive him to and from school every day.
Okay, and does he usually have a lot of homework on the weekends?
He does, yeah. He'll have homework, yeah.
All right. All right, let's get into some of the other issues, the monetary issues here. So I stated in my
Hang on, I
opening
gotta-
statement, but I'm going to ask you here while you're on the stand. Is it true that when Miss Boone was incarcerated in February of 2020, you stopped paying the exact $1,000 a month alimony amount that was in the final judgment?
Yes, I would, through Zillow, through my bank, I would send her the $1,000, and with her incarcerated, she couldn't even use her checking account, so there wasn't really a reason to do that. So,
What is happening?
at the very beginning, her idea was she kind of kept notes of everything I was buying for her to kind of tally up how much I was doing, and then we'd figure it out at the end. And then 1 year turned to 2 years, and to 3 years, and
Okay. And eventually you stopped making any payments to her?
yes.
Can you see that?
Okay. So in February of 2020, do you know approximately how much per
Thank
month
you,
for that period
Andy.
of time that you were continuing to make her payments? How much money you were
I
giving
like a
her that
fancy
was not
frame,
things
you
you were
know?
paying for her for, but actually direct money
Would
to her?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm
say
trying to
about
unzoom
$600
it,
a month.
but you
Okay.
know.
And when did that stop? When did you stop doing that?
Probably close to 3 years into it, something like that. It was after like her first coin-appointed lawyer
Okay, good. You can see it. Thanks.
quit on the case. Is
Hey,
kind
Led
of when I
Zepp.
gave up because I just felt she was
Yeah, I
kind of
painted this
delaying things at the
it's
time, and we
yeah,
were
one- a
never
cat
going to
of
get
one
to
of
a
my friends.
trial.
Okay.
I paint people's pets for fun.
Were you still paying her some money after you filed your petition to modify in April of 2022?
Yes, I think I was still.
You still were paying her some
I
money.
believe so.
And in my opening statement, I mentioned,
I know I was still doing
paint
the
people's pets even if they don't
storage
want me to.
container at the very least.
okay,
And
that's
I
why I
think
wanted to
there
ask
was
you
other
that.
stuff I was
Yeah,
like,
I
doing
could do
also.
more of Miss
Okay,
Pancake,
so
and
how
I
much were you
should,
paying for
really.
that storage container?
Well, locker, sorry. I think it was like
How's it
$240 a
going,
month,
Led?
something like
And that was that a mini storage facility?
Yeah, it was like a, what was it, probably 10 by 10, 12 by
Oh,
12,
yes.
something like that.
And when Miss Boone was first arrested, did you
Right.
help move those things into
Correct.
that
I remember
mini storage
us
facility?
talking
Yeah,
about it
I
briefly,
did. There
but
was nobody else in her life to help her, so it was me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you moved her
It's
stuff
an
in
art
there,
school. I
and
mean,
then
it's- people
you
go there
paid the monthly
to-
fee.
Yeah,
for
I had
the
to
eat
rent a
mushrooms
U-Haul
in
and
the
physically
woods, you
move
know,
everything, and
and
yeah.
other things, but it's
Okay.
an art school, yeah.
And when did you
Craig,
stop
what
paying
kind of
that? Do you remember?
Dog do you have? Do
I
you have a
think
Yorkie?
it was
I think
a
you have
while
a Yorkie.
after I moved.
That's what I had. That was how I started painting dogs.
And when you
Use
were
my
buying
muse.
things
It's the
for
cutest
her,
thing.
what were the type of things you were buying for her?
Hot meals, gift baskets, just money in
Acrylic.
general
I
on
use
her
acrylic. My misery. I like it
account,
best.
whatever it is, thing in jail, phone calls, excuse me, stuff like that. There was probably other things. I mean, presents
Thanks,
you'd
Winter
want to
Lake.
get.
Yeah, I like
she
the
obviously couldn't buy them, so I would buy
traditional
them.
portrait.
Yeah,
So you'd buy presents with your own money and then make them presents
good,
coming
Maggie.
from her?
yeah.
Lucas.
Every Christmas.
I do
and
have a few of them,
birthday
but-
and yeah.
I could
Okay.
always
She'd
use
have a
any
list
pictures.
of presents she would want me to buy him, and I would buy them and wrap them up for him from her, so.
Okay. And you said you eventually stopped doing it because she got a new attorney and you just felt like the case was dragging on. Can you expound on that? What was your frustration there?
Did you end up going in the city, Cray, or
Because
someplace else?
I didn't see an end in sight.
10 pound
I wanted, because
Yeah, my
we had
Yorkie
already
was
gotten this thing going. The judge wanted to
10
wait
pound Yorkie in
for
it.
the trial to end
10-pound
before we could do
sausage in
anything
an
with all of
8-pound
this.
bag is what I used to call
And
it.
it seemed as though she was just dragging things on almost on purpose, just so this wouldn't happen.
Okay. Now, during this time period, you had to hire
Sweet
private
tyrannical
attorneys, is that right?
Multi-poo.
And I'm not your first attorney, is that correct?
No. She stopped practicing.
Oh, I'm
and
sure she's paint worthy.
recommended me use.
I'm sure she's paint worthy.
And do you know how much you paid to your first attorney to file
I don't
the
know if
initial
Kim Calta is here.
modification
I don't think
proceeding?
I don't think she's here anymore. But her picture is her multi-poo. It's so cute.
Well, she didn't fit. You filed the initial one, I think. You didn't?
No.
Did she do it when you?
Well, actually, maybe.
Hold up.
All right, we
Animals
can't
are
have a
God's
conversation
blessing.
like this.
I'm sorry.
Let me
Sorry. No, I believe you did.
let me rephrase the
Okay.
question. Let me rephrase
You know, I always say like I worry more about the way people treat their pets than the way they treat other people. Like when Sarah said that thing about how she didn't feed her dogs that night, when we first started hearing all the things about her, we're still putting the pieces together. That's when I knew that she's pure evil, because even horrible people, I mean, horrible people do horrible things to everything and everyone, but if you don't take care of your animals, then,
rephrase the question.
you know,
How much did you, the
no-
first attorney that you hired
I don't care what happens to you.
to
I really
pursue the modification case, how much did you pay her? Do you remember?
I
No.
do not remember. She did write up an entire thing to change it, because I was going to be
Completely
submitting
innocent.
that.
Sir, answer the
I don't have a
question.
pet
How
anymore,
much did you
detective.
pay
My
the
dog
attorney?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Okay.
of all
I'm sorry.
the result.
Okay. And during the time period that Miss Boone was incarcerated, you were still giving her some funds, paying for her mini storage. Were you also paying for 100% of the expenses?
Okay, Larry. Thanks
Yes.
for
Okay.
stopping in.
And
Good luck at the doctor.
was
Hope
there
you're
any
feeling
time
good.
since her incarceration that Miss Boone gave you any money to help out with?
No.
Did she direct any family members to give you any money to help out with?
See you soon, I hope.
And
Yes, she used her dogs
Tell me a little
exactly.
bit
And
about-
when you
let
now
me
that we
strike
see
that.
it all, the way she
Okay, so
carried
let's go-
on about
let's
them,
go back
it's so
to attorney's
insane.
fees. Do you know how much approximately you have spent in attorney's fees for my representation?
I think
And I said this recently on one of our lives or whatever, but she always said my dogs were always with me. They were with me wherever I went. I didn't see those dogs once, not in any of the body cams, nothing, not in any of her home videos. You don't see those dogs at all. If any of you, or if I would go to the dog, I mean, if there were officers at my apartment and I went to the door, my dog would be right there, driving everyone crazy.
around 14,000.
Okay. This time, Your Honor, I would like to submit what has been marked for identification purposes as Petitioner's Exhibit F.
Yes, Dandy, that too. It's true. The way people treat wait staff. Yeah.
It is a
But
summary
at least you don't
of-
have to
of,
feed
Mr.
wait
Boone's
staff.
attorney's fees he's paid to our firm.
Right, Helen? I
Offer that
mean,
into evidence.
Yes, I just want to see if Ms. Boone has any objection.
Ms. Boone, do you have any objections to what
Yes.
was pre-marked as Petitioner's Exhibit F?
No, Your Honor.
no, you're
Right
right.
here, no objection or
Also, I used to listen carefully when a date would talk about what. First of all, it's stupid to do this, but a lot of people talk about what their ex complained about them, like she this and she that, and it's. I notice more and more. I would notice more and more that if I listened to what they were complaining about, the gripes were that their exes had with them, I knew what was wrong with them then, because 9 times out of 10, I would agree with that ex.
see what was pre-marked as F as Petitioner's Exhibit number 2?
Sir, I'm going to hand you a copy of that exhibit.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. If you look at this exhibit, if you just
Exactly,
look at, I'm going to
Forever
direct you
Wonder.
to bait stamp page 49. It's the first
Only
page.
time we saw those dogs was when they
Uh,
were around George.
What's the
when
date
he
there on the
was
top left-hand
gone
corner
already.
of the last
Those
entry
poor
up there
dogs.
at the top?
729.
2025? Okay. And if you go back to the last page, which is bait stamp page 79,
Mm-hmm.
what is
Yeah.
the first entry on those billing records?
Disgusting. Such a disgusting
321,
creature she
22.
is.
Okay. So it looks
And
like
it
these
bothers
billing
me
records
so much
encompass
that
approximately.
even just this whole thing that's happening with these phone calls now and everything, the whole thing is so disgusting. It makes me so fucking sick. I hate it.
3 years and 4 months worth of
Sorry, can I
activity. Is
curse?
that
I forgot
correct?
to ask.
Okay. And we're now in August. We're now August 25th, 2025, and we're in the middle of this trial. So the $12,050 that's on this summary here, has that increased?
Yes.
Okay. And is that where you're getting the approximate $14,000? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Boone indicated in her opening statement that if people would have asked her, she would have been agreeable to some of the relief that we're seeking, basically, in essence, is what she said. I want to ask you, in all the calls that she made to your son, did she ever talk to you about settling this case?
In a way that would benefit her, yes.
Did she ever tell you that she would just agree to the relocation?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I agree. But
Did she ever tell you that she would?
she doesn't know how to love anything.
Well, I want to ask you this. She mentioned that you two had a conversation about the waiving of the child support. Did that conversation happen?
Not that I remember.
Okay. So there's never a time where she told you you don't need to worry about the child support?
No.
Yeah,
I don't
detective,
remember that happening.
It can be physically taxing if you're to have an animal, especially a dog.
In any conversations that you had with Miss Boone, did she ever tell you
Thank
that
you.
specifically
Enjoy.
that she didn't
I
want you
was
to move
remiss and I
she
didn't
objected
ask.
to the relocation?
Yes.
It's not me. No, y'all don't know me.
Now, Your Honor, there was a stipulation regarding the money from the
Oh,
clerk of
Ann, I'm
court.
sorry.
You don't need me. Do you need me to ask any questions on that? Or has that been stipulated by Miss
Probably
Boone?
do, because I think her response was that she objected to a condition upon something.
Okay.
That's true, Addie.
All right, sir. So I
always make
mentioned
me
in my
feel
opening
better.
statement that there's some funds that you have tied up with the clerk of court right now. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Do you know approximately how much that is?
I think it's like 4,000.
Okay, and
I
what
could be wrong.
That's
and
right.
what does that money encompass?
Child support payments.
Okay.
No, seriously,
And are
those
you
dogs
asking as
did whatever they
part
wanted,
of
wherever
the
they
resolution
wanted.
here today that money be
Which
refunded to you?
normally I'm fine
Yes,
with, but
please.
there are limits.
Now, let's also talk a little bit about your income. Are you currently employed?
Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time that you were employed?
Back a little while. I've had some.
I feel that one too. For This
online
is Forever
things off
Wonder,
and on at
except not when it
times.
comes to
Okay.
Sarah Boone.
For purpose, when was the last time you were employed full time?
Yeah, so she is very pathetic. Led Zepp.
Probably 2021, 22, something like that.
And you know,
I'm gonna stop you for just a minute.
sure.
If I seem to remember correctly, there was a stipulation with him earning $60,000, and I bring it up only because there was a motion to compel, and I denied that motion to
Right.
compel based on your representation that you're gonna
Sarah
stipulate
was
to
smart.
income
She
of
would have gotten a box
$60,000.
wine.
I was just going to
She's
get
an
him
idiot.
to acknowledge that he's stipulating to that. That was my next question. Yeah. So
Tortoises are
I just
cute,
want to
but
make
they're
sure
not
that was
very
on the record,
cuddly.
or at least
Helen.
clear to the court here today through testimony. So, sir, regardless of last time you were employed full time, it was 2021. Today, for
Yeah.
purposes of
Exactly,
calculating what
Barry.
the support should be today and moving backwards, are you willing to impute $60,000 of income
Yes.
to yourself? Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, if you get a really small dog, you know, I mean, my little Yorkie didn't like to walk, didn't like outside, like much like me.
Now,
I tried so hard. I
all
even
the
got
phone
someone
calls that
like
Ms.
someone
Boone has
else to
had,
walk him because I thought maybe
with
it's
your
me.
son, have you
Not
paid
interested.
100% of all those calls?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, the city is.
Has there ever been
not great.
any family member
dogs.
or anyone else in Miss Boone's family that's given you any financial assistance towards?
No.
They keep. Can they, Helen?
All right. Now,
Fast.
Miss Boone indicated in her pretrial memorandum and in other places that she's alleging that you have possession of some
Also,
of her
Labradors
belongings.
don't live very
Mhm.
long.
Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Do you have possession of some of her belongings?
Yeah, anything that had any kind of value I had gotten out of the storage unit, so.
Okay. And you took it out of the storage unit when you stopped paying for the storage unit, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And where
There's
did
a
you
really good
relocate
quote,
those items
Einstein
to?
quote about animals, caring for animals, but I'll have to find it. It's been on my mind for a while, and I have to look for it. I just never do because I'm too busy Googling other stuff involving murder.
To my house in Winter Park, and then they came with me to.
Okay. And do you still have those items?
It's such a cute dog, though, Dan.
If Miss Boone were to have a family member come by or a friend come by asking for those items, would you release those items to that individual? Okay. Sir, despite
I'm sorry,
Miss
my
Boone
misery.
being where she
Your
is
lab
and having done what she
might
did, are
belong
you still
longer
committed
time.
to making sure
They're
that
the sweetest dogs. They are.
your son has a relationship with her?
As long as he wants one, yes.
Okay. While he's still a minor and he doesn't get to make decisions for himself, are you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
You know, Amina, I'm not opposed to the forced cuddle. Sometimes you have to do a forced cuddle. A lot, actually, with certain animals. Like my Yorkie. He didn't like to hold hands. No choice in that either.
Just a minute.
Thanks, Led Zepp. No, A to B. I've never met him. He lives, I think he lives in Brooklyn, actually. A true crime loser.
Great. Ms. Boone, do you have any questions for Mr. Boone?
Yes, Your Honor.
She's turning 10. Good. I bet she's sweet, cute.
All right, you may inquire.
Your Honor, is there a particular order I'm supposed to follow?
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
Is there a particular order I'm supposed to follow in regards
this is
to
Forever Wanda. That's
items
so
or
cute.
topics?
Ordinarily, I will. You just need to. You do not have to stay in any particular order. You just need to ask him questions regarding anything he just had.
I went to the Seychelles, which is like 30 hours of travel, which I didn't know when I suggested it as a destination. But they have tortoises that are like, you know, crazy old. They're very cute. You know, they're all animals are, whatever they are. What are they? They're not animals, right? They're like, technically they're something else, but they're all cute.
Testified about. But to save
Okay.
time, if we have additional stuff, are you okay with her going out
Hugs are loaves
instead
of
of
meat
calling him?
with legs.
All
It's
right,
true.
so
I
no
have a
order, and you can
hang on,
ask
I
him
have a
any
little
questions based on the
digital
testimony he
drawing
just
I did
gave,
of a pug
or
here
any of the
somewhere.
issues that you're raising or your positions in the case, okay?
That's
Thank
me.
you.
Maybe I didn't say
Brian.
that. Here she comes. You can tell she's warming up to be a real bitch
Have you ever
now.
included me since my incarceration of February 2020
Such a nerve. I
in
know.
any major decisions at all regarding our son?
I mean,
I
there
don't know if you can see
haven't
that.
really been any huge decisions.
COVID wasn't a huge decision.
Well, no, we did, and you told me that you did not want him to get vaccinated, which scared the crap out of me that you thought that.
It's cute in person.
Relocation?
What's that?
Relocation.
Yeah,
Did you
sorry.
ever talk to me about COVID? Did you
Yeah.
ever talk to me about relocation? Have you ever included me in any major decision-making
A
question?
lot of times, Dandy.
Well, yes, and I disagreed with you.
When was the last time you answered a phone call of mine?
Quite a while.
Why do you not answer my phone calls when I attempt to communicate with you?
Because I don't care to
No, I
talk
wouldn't
to
get
you.
too close to a kangaroo, and some animals are just, you know.
So in regards to our son, you do not want to communicate with me.
If there is a
I like all
conversation
animals,
you want to
but
have about,
I don't want
you're
to
welcome
force
to have
cuddle
it with me.
a lot of them.
That's not what you call for.
What else is it that I call for?
To yell about me at me
Thanks,
about
Addie.
some random thing, or tell me I need to buy things for.
You do realize, Brian Calloway Boone, that you are
Totally
under
my
oath.
misery.
I do.
Sarah being an anti-vaxxer definitely tracks.
When was the last time you ever answered a tablet message,
I've never answered a tablet message.
including from Orange County 5 years ago?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Me too, skeptic.
Why is that?
Because I didn't
hate
want
her
to.
more and more. It's kind of crazy.
So you do not want to speak to me on the phone, and you do not want to answer tablet messages.
Correct. She's such a bitch. Why would
Yes.
she think he'd want to talk to her?
How else do you propose you and I communicate being the parents of our son?
I'm not sure what it is that you wanted to communicate about him.
Major decisions are one. Also,
For instance?
Yeah. Example?
when have you
Brian
ever
Cab
responded
Calloway
to any of
Boone.
my letters that I have written to you from no response or answer of a phone call?
What? Like in the mail letters?
A handwritten letter, yes, that I have mailed to you.
I don't think you've done that in like 4 years.
You just told me 2 weeks ago that you received mine in regards to the
They're divorced.
visitation
And she's in
applications that I sent
prison
to
for
you.
life.
Well, yes, that wasn't a letter to me. That was an envelope with some applications in it.
In the parenting plan, it says that you are not to use the child as a ploy or a mode of communication. How else
Yeah,
am
she
I
is like a
supposed to
fungus.
communicate with you if not through our son, through a letter, a tablet, or a telephone call?
Yeah, I read all your tablet messages. If you've got something you need to talk to me about it and you put it in the message, I will
Condescending
see it
is
and I will
right.
answer
Hi,
your
Jen.
call. Or maybe even write back, but I've never seen that.
You just said that you do not answer phone calls because you do not want to. You just
Yes,
said you do not have a text message because you do not want
She
to.
is
You do not respond to
a
letters.
narcissist.
Therefore, I
If-
have to ask you regarding our son. You are putting our son in that predicament. Is that correct?
Yeah, she has zero.
If you have something legitimate you
Like,
want to
I
talk to
don't
me
know.
about, then
I
you let me
always say
know,
this,
and I will
but-
talk to you about it.
Normally, they always say
How would you
people
know
like
if it was
this are
legitimate?
have like, you know, they're charming, they have charisma. Zero, none. I mean, there's a reason that these two detectives during her interrogation were sitting there with their mouths hanging open. They couldn't even fucking believe it. I mean, Scott Lowen, who's been a detective for many years, I would imagine, you know, was just like, I just have to ask you, how did you think like that he was gonna what? Just.
Or not? You don't answer.
And I really hope. I mean, I don't believe anything I hear on those calls that are out now, but I would imagine that Sarah is not all that well liked by anyone.
I nothing ever to speak
Once
to you
again,
about in regards to anything other than our
Hold on.
son.
Wait till the question's over. All right, now you may answer.
Once again, you can write me a tablet message explaining the question, and then I can answer. Or two, just
Hey, Dabs.
when you're on the phone with Luke, come and say, "Hey, mom's going to call you out," blah blah, and then you can call me about it. That's not making him communicate between us.
Why you can't just communicate as an adult and a parent do not have to include our son
All right,
in
next
this.
question. Ask a question, Miss Boone. Not argument. Ask a specific question.
Why do you allow?
Zero self-awareness. It's
why
incredible.
was your statement made
Cannot read a
that
room.
Our son is upset after speaking to me on the phone. Do you know specifically why? Because you asked me or him?
I stand
Because
corrected.
he tells me.
A to B.
I can see him.
She was pretty charming when she
I'm
called the
asking
cops
you if he
baby
explained to you why
on the
he
phone
was
and in
upset.
person. Yes, she's a
Yes.
caricature of herself.
And why is that?
Right, Kim Stoll. She just, I mean, he.
Can I
He
mean,
could-
any number of different reasons. The way you talked to him, what you said to
This
him,
is such a good-
how you made him feel. I mean, the plethora of emotions that you corrupted.
Yeah. That's so
Is it
beautifully
because
said.
you allowed him to curse on the phone?
I allowed
Led
him
Zepp, I
to
make no
what?
promises. If you fit into a
The
suitcase, that's on
majority
you.
of the time, I will tell you this, which you are unaware of because
Hey,
you're
Martin.
Not telling anybody anything, ma'am. You're asking a specific question. Ask your question.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Do you understand the majority of him being in quotes upset is because you withhold him coming to see me, and he's had to wait over 9 months now that he has the opportunity to, and you continuously
Well,
lie
there's
to
also a
him
picture
and
of
me
Diane Dunn's
about-
baby foot.
and the court filling out
My
the
misery.
application.
Okay. Not at all what he tells me. You specifically, the way you talk to him is what upsets him. And honestly,
Yeah,
before
Addie.
yesterday, after you got done talking to him, he told me that
Yeah,
he would
Carolina.
prefer him being able to make the decision
such a
of when he
fucking
wants
liar.
to
I
talk
hate
to
her.
you.
You know,
Yes, we spoke about that yesterday.
I'll talk about this more this at some time this week and give the link, but you know, Pretty Lies and Alibis, she has a podcast that I think she did it during the Murdoch trial, but it's called Lifer something. I'll have to find it. And it's about she knows someone, a woman who is doing life in prison. And the woman talks about the woman emails her and tells her, answers questions, or just tells her about everyday life there. Now this woman is obviously no Sarah Boone. She's introspective, she is repentant, she's a human being, and she doesn't have children, but she talks about her family and how thinking about her family and all those things. And but she talks a lot about what life is like there in prison. She's not at Lowell. She might even be in I'm not sure exactly where she is, but she's in a women's prison, a lifer. And she talks about that experience, and it's very interesting, especially now that we're still talking about Sarah Boone and what her everyday life is like, because in my opinion, we really can't rely on those phone calls because I don't know if they're scripted, but they're Sarah Boone and she never tells the truth. So I don't know who the fuck would make a documentary about someone who never tells the truth. Although you could, I mean, but they can't. And, or rather, who would spend over a year trying to get them to tell the truth. That's what I don't understand. But I don't understand a lot of things. Anyway, I'm going to find that link and I'll try to find it now and pin it because it's really pretty interesting and it's exactly what she fucking deserves.
And what he said to you was,
Right. So
Did
I'm
not
going
know
to
also.
object at this point. The child here
All right.
is going. Is happening.
I'm going to sustain the objection. Move on to a different topic.
so in regards to telephonic communication, which is regular and has been,
She recently did
I
one too, right,
wanted
Sagittarius?
to
You mean,
find out if you understood
Pretty
that
Lies?
I know about his girlfriends, about his laughing and
Not
joking
gonna,
and great.
ma'am, we're going to stay on topic with regard to the issues here, which are the proposed parenting plan regarding the sole responsibility, the modification of child support, and the modification of alimony. Your question on those issues is?
Yes, Your Honor. The sole responsibility has not changed
How you
since
doing,
day
Martin?
one of me being incarcerated. He's never asked me.
I'm
to
not
be a part of
asking
any-
you for your position, Ms. Boone. I'm asking you, do you have any additional questions for Mr. Boone on those topics?
Have I ever purchased a gift or something for?
this is so stupid.
With your own money?
Sir, I have no money.
Have I purchased any items for our son?
Well, I purchased them.
Your Honor, I
They're
need-
good, right,
Stop.
I
Sagittarius?
need
They're
some
interesting.
scope of what period, time
like
period
that.
she's talking about.
All right, I'm going to sustain the objection. Re-ask your question, and you need to put a specific
she's
time
such a
period
snitch.
in your question.
She's not going to do well. She's
Within
gonna
the
get her
last
ass
month,
beat.
what have I purchased for our son?
You had somebody third party else, not you, buy him a record
I
for
would
his
love to
vinyl
talk
player.
to one of her teachers.
Have I purchased previous
It's
items
good, right?
for-
Forever? Maybe I'm the last person to know about
You
it. It is
have had
old.
a
I just
third
somehow
party,
just
not
kinda
your
stumbled
money,
upon it
not
today.
you, purchase some things for him. Yes.
What family members do I have help pay?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry?
What'd you say?
My family members. Who is it that I can have help pay?
Me too, my misery.
Philip's the only person.
Philip's the only person.
Why is that?
Because
answer
your
he
other
gives, too.
brother's not really capable of doing anything.
You know, on the count of
And
being a
your mom
molester
and dad are
that.
dead, and you don't get along with any of your other relatives.
Nailed it.
Are my grandmother and grandfather
I love
deceased?
this.
Well, I mean, you're almost 50 years old. Most people, their grandparents are deceased at that
Yes,
point.
Winter Lake.
All right,
Nailed it.
Ms. Boone, what's the relevance of these questions?
Because they're trying to make me
Me too,
think
Dinky.
that myself
Surprising.
and no one in my family is contributing to my son.
Bailey
And
Sarian did,
it's
though.
difficult when my family is
Confuse them.
deceased and my younger
In
brother
quotes.
is in the military on his 9th deployment in Israel. So
All right, ask your
whatever
next
it is,
question.
Yeah, next.
Ask your next question.
I agree, Jen. He really doesn't.
may I please put in an exhibit?
The objection to her putting it.
I haven't, I'd like to see it, and what she's specifically talking about.
Which exhibit, Ms. Boone?
The exhibit, please, is number 37
Please.
on my exhibit list per the uniform order. The GPL communication current pricing.
All right, give us a minute.
May I approach
I'm
the
sorry,
clerk, Your Honor?
number 36.
Just a minute.
I feel like we have so much. We have to watch this so many more times. It's so. It's like the newest thing we have, really. So.
I have no objection.
All right, Ms. Boone, council has no objection to your exhibit, so I'm going to receive
No,
what
she
was
doesn't.
pre-marked as number 36 as respondent's exhibit number 1.
Yes, Your Honor, that is to show, please, that it's
Yes, Your
13 cents
Honor.
per minute for me to speak to my son on the phone. And also the fact that we have
Hold up,
three.
stop. Slow down for just 1 minute. Do you want Mr. Boone to see that document? Are you
I
gonna
know
ask-
she's not doing this, but don't you get the feeling that the woman behind her, or sitting next to her, wherever she is, that she's looking over her, being like, "Do you believe this?"
him a question about the document?
Yes.
All right, just give us 1 minute.
She has so many nicknames, though. My misery, like Drunky the Bear, it's classic.
Mr. Boone has taken a look at the document. No, he's going to keep it.
Oh.
All right. Do you have a question for him about the document?
Yeah, Addie, she doesn't learn
When you
or
originally
understand
signed up
anything.
for this
It is
account, in order to
amazing.
utilize the phone
It's shocking,
option, were you
actually.
aware of the 13 cents per minute?
Yes, I have to pay for all the phone calls.
So you accepted the fact that it was 13 cents per minute.
You don't have a choice.
Okay,
That's
Miyagi,
the
you know, I'm
only
gonna-
way to have phone calls in the jail.
Probably end this in about 5 minutes,
For most
so
of my
you won't be
questions, it's
missing
just a
much.
simple
Just because
yes or
it'll be
no.
2 o'clock, and
I mean, what's the point of
I'll
this
start-
questioning?
Because he's
Saying
making
goodbye
it
at 2
seem
o'clock,
that
so it'll
it's
be,
a very
2:05.
expensive phone call for me to speak to my son, and
Yeah,
it's
she's
just
ordering
13
Timu in the
cents a minute,
background.
and
Yeah,
we
she's-
don't utilize the full 30 minutes each time. So by him setting up this phone account for the 13 cents per minute and free phone
All
calls,
right, the court has taken notes that it
Absolutely,
costs
seriously,
13
it's so
cents a
good.
minute based on exhibit number 1. Your next question.
okay. This is in regard
Okay.
to the
Yeah, okay.
exercising of overnight, where he stated that it was 30% about for my average. Can you please explain
Yeah.
to the court my conversation?
I'd rather pay for one for him
on more than one occasion of
than
why
pay her any
I
money.
could not have 100% or 50% of my time.
Right.
So I'm going to
Crystal.
object. That's self-serving hearsay, what she said to him.
It's
Right.
all self-serving hearsay. She
I
says.
am going to sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay, Miyagi, we will do our
Did
best.
I ever explain to you the safety
Right,
risk
Martin.
and danger
It's-
of having my son come over on particular days that it was mine?
This makes me so mad, of course.
Not really. I mean, kind of, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Most of the time when you had me come over there and pick him up and was supposed to stay over at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, there was nothing going wrong. It was just the two of you drinking and having fun, and I guess didn't want him there anymore.
Exactly, Winterlake. If it's so nothing, then why don't you fucking pay for it? Excuse me, I didn't ask again if I
Next
could
question,
curse.
ma'am.
Did ever tell you that he
Totally self-serving.
liked being more at your house because of everything that you had and everything that I didn't have?
I'm going to object, as that's a question based on hearsay.
Because
Sustained.
that's crazy and stupid.
Next question.
Did
Sustained.
you have more entertainment than I did?
This judge is like, I can't.
Really, in all honesty, no. I mean, you had a computer, I had a computer, you have a TV, I have a TV.
She really is just. the
You got
worst.
open spaces to play in, I had open spaces to play in. You had a pool, I had a pool. I mean,
Brian. No.
yes, my
right,
house
it's-
was a bit bigger than your apartment, but
Ryan.
I mean, it's kind of the same things.
Do you understand what my criminal case was about?
I love this. Love this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand the domestic violence part of it?
No. Well, yes, just not from the side you think.
Did you watch my trial?
Yes.
Did you see the pictures?
And I saw all the videos.
Did you see the pictures? Stupid.
In regards to the children's rights, I would like to ask, please,
You know, he says, and I saw the video. She just moves right along. Like, how did she think that was going to end? We all saw the pictures. I mean, she's so stupid.
Number 6, where it says not to hear parents speak ill of each other, nor to hear about the difficulties of the other parent. Have you ever called me murderer
That's so good, right, Anne?
in
No,
front of our son?
no,
Have you ever called me killer in front of our son?
no.
You do realize you are under oath.
I hate that.
Yes, there is a difference between calling me a murderer and saying you're being tried for murdering someone. Those are not the same thing.
Right, detective. And I wonder.
Have you ever called me a murderer in front of our son?
Asked and answered. Move on. Next
Yeah.
question.
Have you ever made an attempt to find out contact information for me while I am located here?
To say that again?
Have you ever attempted to find out contact information from me while I am located at BOC?
What contact information?
Should there be an emergency, have you ever tried to find out how to contact me?
I would call the jail and ask them. Or the prison.
So you do
whichever
have
one.
an option of contacting me.
What's that?
So you do have a way of contacting me.
I have no idea. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if I could get in contact with you. Maybe they could let you know. I don't know.
Have you ever made an attempt? Have you ever asked me? Have you
And
ever
what's
responded
the relevance to the issues that we're here on today?
I would be
which is the
embarrassed to have this fight
relocation
in the privacy of my
proposed
home,
parenting plan,
let alone in a
and the
courtroom.
request to modify either actually, no, child support's not an issue, but to modify alimony.
This is where I'm clear, Your Honor. I'm not sure what exactly I'm supposed to be doing.
Addie, I
This
think
in
her
regards
brother has
to
been in
the-
contact with
the
her
parenting
more than
plan
we
for
would
the
like, but
relocation?
I don't know about the last
I've
few calls, like
explained
the
to you
last.
more than one
we'll have to see
time
what
the
comes out
issues
with the
that
next
the court is
calls.
considering today. You need to be asking questions.
And if Tanika stops getting the calls, then I'm going to have to take over because we can't live like that. Although I think we'll see what happens.
Regarding those issues. I will say them one final time.
I think until
The
she gets
issues
an
are
appeal or
the
whatever,
petitioner's
that stuff's still
proposed
gonna be available.
parenting plan that was filed in relation to the the petition for relocation, and then the request to stop alimony. And there's also a request for attorney fees. Those are the issues the court is considering. Those are the issues that you should be asking questions about.
I had no idea that the relocation parenting plan was even an issue, considering the fact it's been agreed upon.
I'm not sure why you have no idea when I've said it. I think this is the 5th time that I've said it.
Forgive me, Your Honor. For page 2 of the relocation with the parenting plan, it says that it will dramatically improve the economic circumstances
he
of
has
the
been in contact with
petitioner
her, right?
and the minor child.
So I'm going to object because as the relevance, because.
Can I object to that? Because I object to
I'm sorry.
that.
Finish your question. I'm sorry.
It's part of
Sorry, Ms. Boone, go ahead.
How has it improved your economic circumstances considering the fact that you are in quotes unemployed?
So now I'm going to object, Your Honor, as the relocation was already stipulated to, so now irrelevant.
So we're going to listen to until the time when she asks, do you drink in front of our son? And then we'll say goodnight, and then we'll watch this again either tomorrow night or, we'll pick it up at some point. Also, that I'm hoping that tomorrow during the day I have to work, but I'm hoping at some point, they're going to pick up that Paul Hicks case, the guy who 25 years ago killed his ex-wife, and now he finally got arrested and he's on trial now. And if so, I'll be covering that this week. If not, well, and of course, always a little sad.
Irrelevance.
All right, I'm going to sustain the objection.
She might be the dumbest
Again,
person you've
ask
ever seen,
questions
right?
regarding the issues that I just gave you. We've already stipulated, you've already agreed to the relocation to. Okay, so the only issue with regard to relocation is the proposed parenting plan.
I think he is on the visitation,
So
right,
the
Kim Stoll?
overall plan starts off with every other weekend from Friday evening until Sunday evening between the respondent and the minor child. How is any of
So
this
he can
even
send her money, send her
applicable
money,
considering
send
the
her
fact
money.
on that DOC?
I think that's the whole point of this, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to object to it? Because I object to it. It
You're
doesn't
here
make
for a
sense.
final hearing. Whether or not you object to it is not relevant at this time. The court is going to make a decision based on the
Amazing.
evidence that is presented today. The court's question for you, do you have any additional questions for Mr. Boone regarding the proposed parenting plan, the request that the alimony be discontinued, or
Yeah,
the
Addie, her
request that
brother
the
has
child support
very
be
good boundaries
discontinued,
because he knows her
or the request for
since she
attorney
was a kid,
fees.
which tells me she's always been this way.
If you could just give me a moment, please.
Please.
Okay.
Forgive me, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this relocation.
Yeah, because you didn't write your own shit and you never even read it. And you have morons doing the work for you, and they're still smarter than you, which is not saying much.
For the relocation parenting plan, which I was not aware of, this was on our
Right,
to-do
Helen, but
list
she had to
today.
make
I
a big
thought it
deal
was
about
the
George's
original
brother.
parenting plan.
Meanwhile,
I'm not-
George has
I
like
don't know
9
what I'm
siblings.
supposed to do
One
or
of
how I'm
them
supposed to
is in
answer
prison.
this. How can I?
She's got 2.
Brian, how can
One
I
of them is in
exercise
prison.
every other weekend from Friday evening until Sunday evening between the respondent and the minor child?
Me too,
You can't.
detective. She makes me feel so much better about myself.
How can the prisoner
That's not
and
good.
respondent alternate winter break and Thanksgiving time sharing?
You can't?
Why has this been proposed in
So
regards
do
to
I, Nina,
relocation
so
when
much.
I'm here?
Used to be worse, but I'm embarrassed for her and everyone around her.
I'm confused.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
So the amended parenting plan,
Exactly. She's so
with
focused
my
on getting Brian in
understanding
trouble for
that
nonsense that
it is
nobody
up
cares
to
about.
the child to have contact with phone as regular as he would like to have.
I don't think so. I don't think that's where we're
Totally,
what we're
Carolina.
proposing.
That's everything. She's too late. She's.
It says the parties will coordinate a weekly phone call between the child and the mother. After all regular, consistent phone calls that he and I have been having, now it's going to go down to one phone call.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that would be detrimental to him?
She
Or
just
do you
can't
think
take
that
it
would be
anymore, the
helpful?
judge. She's like,
No, I think every weekend you can call him and catch up on how his school week went and everything like that.
Why are you doing that?
Because I think that's all that's really necessary.
I'd say that's really the most
And
important
these
thing
phone
is that he
calls
is one
start
call
to
with her
add
a
up.
week, and it's just healthier for everyone.
So in the past, we have been speaking to one another on a regular basis about everything. I have been included in his life because he has decided to answer the phone call and you pay for the call. Now, because of this, you're going to allow us one 30-minute phone call per an entire week.
No, you can have 2 phone calls. You can have 2 back to back and talk to him for an hour. That's fine. And I mean, if it's a birthday or a Mother's Day or a holiday, I mean, yes, there will be other things worked in, but I don't think you need 7, 8 phone calls a week. It's ridiculous.
Is that due to payment or because it's harmful to speak to him that many times?
Both.
How is that harmful?
Once
Yes,
again, I
agree.
see him very upset at the way you talk to him all the time after phone calls.
When was the last time he was upset?
Probably about a week ago, because you didn't call all last week.
Do you
Yeah,
know
I'm
my
getting
schedule of
sleepy.
work while I'm located at DOC?
No, of course I don't.
Why haven't you asked about it? To know that.
Because I don't care.
Yes, Val, me too. It's
Is
just
it
another
true
example
that
of
he just
how
spoke to our son and told him
what a
that
user
he
she is and how
has the
stupid she is and how
authority to
lazy
choose
she is.
when to speak
Well,
to
she
me
calls
and how
everyone
often?
else, judges everyone
No.
else and says she was going to work
It's
herself to
told
death
me-
on the outside. Come
He
on.
told me he would like for it to work that way, but it can't work that way. He's a minor.
It is.
Why do you not care?
About you,
Question, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
We're way off target here. Let's move on to something else. If you're done, you're done.
Your Honor,
You're
thank
done.
you. Forgive me. Have you at all upheld
Carolina.
any of the other items in the active parenting plan to date since of my incarceration?
for instance,
I'm going to object as to overbroad and
Exactly.
Sustained. Ma'am, you have to ask a different question.
Couldn't even open one, just didn't do anything.
Communication. Between parents, all communications regarding the child shall be between the parents.
okay.
Have I tried all possible forms of communication in regards to phone calls, tablet messages, handwritten letters, text from outside resources, etc., to try to communicate with you in regards to communicating with you about our son?
Yes.
Have you responded?
You've already been over this. Next question.
For the active parenting plan, it says it may be modified or varied on a temporary basis when both parents agree and sign it in writing. Have you signed or written anything, or have I?
What, to modify? That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Like, what did you just
When
get
the
here,
parents
Sarah?
do not agree, the plan remains in effect until further order of the court. Has
right,
this
ma'am.
been?
Ma'am, you're beyond the issues we're here on today, okay?
No.
Next question. On those issues that I've gone over with you over and over again.
Forgive me, I'm trying to do my best without knowing what I'm doing.
No shame.
For the objection to relocate, how
Haven't they been through
soon
this?
before the actual relocation did you tell me?
All right, again, that's not relevant to the issues we're here on today. The relocation to has already been determined, okay? Specific questions regarding the proposed parenting plan that was admitted into evidence as Exhibit 1, the request to stop the child support, the request to stop the alimony, and the request for attorney fees. Do you have any questions, any additional questions on any of those issues?
Yes, Your Honor. It's, I don't know if you can answer this or not. I just don't know without asking you. Are my questions after this? Is that the end of it? I mean, I don't know how much further this goes for me to be able to utilize my pretrial statement information.
All right. As I explained to you at the beginning of this process, I will do it again.
Sarah's never nervous.
The petitioner has the burden in this case. They get to call the witnesses. They get to introduce evidence. Okay. Once they are done, then I turn it over to you so that you can call any witnesses or you can provide
Danny, she's so focused on
that you want the court
getting
to
him
consider.
in trouble, you know.
I also
making him
want
look
to
bad.
say to you, it is now 3:06 p.m.
She can never speak
We will
plainly.
not be going past 5 o'clock. So the more you continue to ask questions that are not on the issue that we've talked about today, the less time you will have to present your case.
Okay. In regards
Very
to
similar,
attorney
Carolina.
fees, is having an attorney a choice?
This is so stupid.
Yes.
Were the dollar amounts that you put in my commissary account considered voluntary?
They were
No,
partial payments
Winterlake,
to
she's
you,
her
as we had
best
discussed
advocate.
when you first got in there.
Her own strongest advocate, or however she put it.
On your pretrial memorandum, they're stated as voluntary.
Objection, there's no question.
Why?
Me
How
too.
many
This is
times
forever.
that you can recall did I
Nothing
try
is
to
truth with
inquire
her,
regarding
that we know.
item with you?
Objection, relevance.
Okay, Anne, good night.
All
Thanks
right,
for
ma'am, can
hanging
you
out.
repeat your question for me?
How many times did I attempt to obtain a guardian ad litem with him?
Yeah, it gets crazier and
I'm
crazier,
going
right? Like,
to
she never
sustain
disappoints.
the
I'll give her that.
objection. Next question.
Do you drink?
Yeah.
How often?
Objection, relevance.
What's the relevance of how often
Right, it's all payback for her.
Mr. Boone drinks?
Because he's making my, in quotes, drinking problem
In
and
quotes.
laying a lot of things on what happens to
That
me.
is not an in quotes
And I
drinking
wanted to
problem.
find out if he did or did not currently while he has our child.
You're the judge.
You want to know whether or not he drank while he had the child?
Yes, well, if he drinks while he is in the presence of our child.
All right, I'm going to
Her-
overrule, and I'm not letting this go too
her
far.
son
so you
would
can
be-
answer the question, sir.
I have had a drink in front of our
Didn't
child.
she say I'm going to overrule? Oh, overrule, right. Her son would be in the foster system if not for this man. And she's...
Did you have a conversation for a split moment with our son the other day? So you had the understanding when he was asking about the application that you do not live an hour and 20 or 30 minutes away. You came to the understanding correct that it's only 50 minutes away.
Yeah, it's
50.
true. I mean, can you imagine how, if he didn't drink,
I
that
think
would be
it's further
crazy.
than that when I
mean-
did it on Google Map.
We all have to drink to
Your
put
Honor,
up
I'm
with
not
it.
sure what else I'm supposed to do, so I guess I'm ending whatever part I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
All right. Any redirect? Let me just
Excels
ask
at
you.
everything.
No,
Who shows
no.
up at
All right.
court?
No redirect. We're going to.
Well, she does. Every time she has to do anything, not knowing what the hell they're doing. She's such a moron. All right. I love that part because it's just insanity. And yeah, Gail Marie was over 5 years ago. The whole thing is just, of course, and I don't know. Thank God none of us are over it, so we can still talk about it together. I will see you soon, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. This week is going to be, I'm going to try to cover that trial if they're now covering it, because I don't know, they had the first day and then they just left me hanging. Oh, and also tomorrow we might have a verdict with that boring Walsh trial, but that part should be interesting. And other than that, there'll just be more Sarah Boone and maybe some body cam stuff, and thanks for hanging out, guys. Oh, good. Amina. Yes, rest in peace, George Torres, and love to the. I hope that the Torres family is having a wonderful holiday season. I hope. See you soon. Good night, guys.